Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. MTG Box Analysis here to take a look at almost a 10-year-old booster box of Magic the Gathering. We've got Theros here, which came out September 27th, 2013. Now, a viewer of the channel, a gentleman by the name of Nick, reached out and asked me if I had ever opened an entire box of Theros. I had not, so he said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and send you one at my cost. Just go ahead and open it up, analyze the cards, and send them back to me. So that's what we're going to do today. So Nick, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that we get more value in this box than you paid for it. Now, full disclosure, I don't know how much Nick paid for it. I didn't ask. So what we're going to be doing is the analysis is going to be 100% based upon TCG market pricing. So let's go ahead and pull out these packs. And I'll be sleeving all of this up. Oh, look at that. We got a sideways pack at the bottom. Maybe we'll save that one for later. I don't know if there's anything special about that pack, but it was certainly crooked underneath everything else. So let's just go ahead and set up our stacks. It looks like it did come out of stack one. You know what? We'll make this pack number one. Let's see what the sideways pack has in store for us. So Theros, despite even though it came out 10 years ago, it does not have a ton of high value cards. But we're going to go through everything nonetheless because I want Nick to get the full experience and I want him to see every single card that is going to show up on his doorstep any day. So we got a Nyla's Disciple coming in here, followed by Lash of the Whip. Then we're going to see a Messenger Speed, God's Willing, followed by Scholar of Theros. And then we're going to see a Fellhide Minotaur, followed by a Borderland Minotaur. Then we're going to see an Aquatious Form, followed by Silent Artisan. All right, we got ourselves a Blood Troll Harpy, followed by a Vanquish the Fool as our first uncommon. And then we're going to see a Flame Speaker Adept, followed by Witch's Eye. And then we're going to see a Polis Crusher coming in as our rare. Unfortunately, not a high-value rare. And behind that, we're going to see a Standard Forest and a non-token token. All right, well, that sideways pack didn't really do much for us, so we'll just move on to pack number two here. So there are a total of 249 cards in Theros. There are 15 mythics, 53 rares, 60 uncommon, and 101 commons, plus 20 lands and 11 tokens. And we are keeping an eye out for a few tokens. So we got a Lash of the Whip, another Messenger Speed, another God's Willing, Gray Merchant of Aspelend, with a Borderland Minotaur. Then we're going to see a Scholar of Theros with another Aquatious Form, Spearpoint Ored, Vulpine Goliath, a Yoked Ox with a Mogi's Marauder. Then we're going to see an Evangel of Heliod with a Fanatic of Mogi's. And then we're going to see Phyxis of Pandemonium coming in as our rare. Unfortunately, this is also not a high value rare. And then we are going to see ourselves a Swamp with another non-token token ad card. Now, there are 12 of the 15 mythics are valued over $1, and 12 of the 53 rares are over $1. So in total, there are just 24 cards plus 3 tokens valued over $1 in this set. However, the foil factor in this set is either 1.5 to all the way up to 9 times the non-foil price. So foils are very rare in this particular set, so we'll see if we can't find some of those, and I'll call out the prices. So we got ourselves an Omen Speaker, March of the Returned, with a Lightning Strike. Then we're going to see a Voyager's End with a Setson Battle Priest, Commune with the Gods, a Hopeful Elodian, Spark Jolt, Returned Phalanx, Coastline Chimera, Heliod's Emissary. Then we're going to see the Flame Speaker Adept with a Spellheart Chimera, and we're going to see an Ember Swallower coming in as our rare, followed by a Forest and another non-token token. So no wonder why 3 of the 11 tokens are valued over $1. They're nearly impossible to get. The most valuable token that we could see is Elspeth. That's valued at $4.76. Not bad for a token. All right, so we got ourselves a Dragon Mantle with another Omen Speaker, a Gray Merchant, Divine Verdict, Staunch-Hearted Warrior, Scholar of Theros, an Aquatious Form, a Silent Artisan, followed by a Blood Troll Harpy. We're going to see a Stone Shock Giant with a Sea God's Revenge, Witch's Eye, and an Artisan of Forms coming in as our rare. And then we are going to see a foil chained to the rocks. Very cool to see that. Chained to the rocks is going to be, so in non-foil, this is valued at $2.69. And in foil, it's valued just over $11. So really good hit there for Nick. Then we're going to see ourselves a swamp and yet again another non-token token. All right, awesome. So we will put our foil chained to the rocks right there. So that's what I'm talking about with regard to the foil factor, right? I mean, that's almost a little less than 4 times the value. And you just don't see that these days, unless, of course, it's like the textured foil versus the standard frame. So this one kicks off with an Ill-Tempered Cyclops, a Guardians of Metillus, Battle-Wise Valor, Loathsome Catacopus, Sedge Scorpion, Fellhide Minotaur, a Baleful Eodian, Annul, Winged Steed Rider, Wild Celebrants, followed by Nemesis of Mortals, Ordeal of Erebos, a Warrior's Lesson, and then we're going to see a Bow of Nyla coming in as our rare. This rare is valued over $3. Then we got ourselves a Plains with another non-token token. All right, so I'm going to do this just so I have a little bit more room, and I'm going to put the more valuable rares over there. Sorry for all the shifting around. I just want to make sure everybody can see everything and that we're doing a little bit of tracking. And make sure you stay to the end for the MTG box analysis. I'll go over all the facts and figures of this particular box and let you know how this box performed compared to the market value. So we get a Mnemonic Wall, followed by a Cavalry Pegasus, Setson Battle Priest, Triton Shore Thief, Lagona Band Elder, Priest of Ironis. Then we're going to see a Fade into Antiquity with a Return Centaur, a Griptide, a Phalanx Leader, an Arena Athlete, a Sealock Monster, and we are going to see Erebos, God of the Dead Mythic coming in. This is going to be a really good hit, valued just over $8 in non-foil. And behind that, we are going to see a foil Lost in Labyrinth coming in. Don't know the value on this particular foil, but it'll be on the screen for you all. And then we are going to see ourselves an island and a Golem token. So we got our first real token. Fantastic. We'll go ahead and put our 2 foils right there and move on into the next pack. All right, so we got a Guardian of Melitus, Battle-Wise Valor, Ray of Dissolution, Wave Crash Triton, with a Lost in the Labyrinth, Agent of Horizons, Fade to Antiquity, with a Satyr Rambler. We're going to see an Observant Alcid, with a Centaur Battlemaster, Decorated Griffin. I see another foil. We got ourselves a Flame Speaker Adept, with an Akroan Horse coming in as our rare, with an Akroan Crusader coming in as another foil. Very cool to see so many foils. And then we are going to see a Plains and another non-token token. So it's a little bit surprising. I would imagine that the foiling or the pull rate of foils is going to be 1 in every 3 packs or less. And we've already got 3 in our first stack, so we're doing pretty good. Ill-Tempered Cyclops, Guardians of Metillus, Battle-Wise Valor, Loathsome Catacobulas, with a Boon of Erebos, Vaporkin. Then we're going to see a Winged Steed Rider with a Searpoint Ored, Breaching Hippocamp, Vulpine Goliath, an Ordeal of Heliod, Hunt the Hunter, Favored Hoplite, and then we're going to see a Night Howler coming in as our rare, with a Swamp and another non-token token. All right, 3 packs to go in stack number 1. We've already got 1 foil valued over $10. We got 1 mythic valued over $8. So we got a Guardians of Metillus, Prescient Chimera, Demolish, Leaf Crown Dryad, knocked over a pile of commons and uncommons. Then we're going to see a Borderland Minotaur with a Scholar of Theros, Silent Artisan, Time to Feed, Blood Troll Harpy. Then we're going to see a Breaching Hippocamp, Sea God's Revenge, Magma Jet, with a Triton Tactics and an Annex of Chimede coming in as our rare. Then we're going to see ourselves the Island and another non-token token. So the other two tokens that we're looking for is the Cleric and the Bird token. Cleric's valued around $2. Bird's valued just close to 4. We've got a Battle-Wise Valor with a Nessian Asp, Viper's Kiss, a Crowan Crusader, Cavern Lampad, a Griptide, Satyr Hedonist with a Satyr Rambler, Leonin Snarecaster. Then we're going to see a Feral Invocation with an Ordeal of Heliod. Then we're going to see a Cutthroat Maneuver with a Satyr Piper and a Prophet of Krufix coming in as our rare with a Standard Mountain and a Boar token. Look at that. We got 2 tokens already. So there are 4 cards valued over $10. We're looking for Thassa, God of the Sea. We're looking for Thoughtseize, Perforos, God of the Forge, and Nikathos, Shrine to Nyx. That's going to be from the land cycle. The Shrine to Nyx is going to be the most valuable at $27. And if you get that in foil, it's worth almost $58. So we got a Mnemonic Wall with a Cavalry Pegasus, Loathsome Catacopulus. That thing's just going to mess me up all box. Savage Surge, Disciple of Phoenix, Crackling Triton, Spark Jolt, Last Breath, Scourge Mark, Riptide, Dissolve, Burnished Heart, Nyla's Emissary, and we're going to see a Mythic Polychronos World Eater coming in. Very cool to see this, valued just over $1. And then we are going to see ourselves a Plains and a Soldier token. All right, last pack officially in stack number 1. All right, we got ourselves a Divine Verdict here, followed by Sip of Hemlock, Bronze Sable, Messenger Speed, Traveler's Amulet, Shredding Winds, Boulder Fall, Wild Celebrants, Two-Headed Cerberus, Time to Feed, Rescue from the Underworld, with a Perforos Emissary, a Witch's Eye, and then we're going to see a Shipbreaker Kraken coming in as our rare, followed by a Swamp and another non-token token. All right, so since we are at the end of the first stack of packs, I'm just going to move our commons and uncommons up so we can drive right into stack number 2. So we got Afara's Warden with a Fishmad Steed, Boon of Urboros, a Crowan Crusader, Commune with the Gods, Hopeful Elodian, Spark Jolt, Return Phalanx, Coastline Chimera, Heliod's Emissary with a Magma Jet, Satyr Piper. Fabled Hero is going to be our rare. Unfortunately, not high value, but we are going to see a foil Observed Accolade coming in as a foil common. Very cool to see that. Followed by a Forest and a non-token token. The end of that pack just kind of snuck up on me. All right, so we got ourselves a Minotaur Skull Cleaver, chosen by Heliod, Mnemonic Wall, Viper's Kiss, Wave Crash Triton, Benthic Giant, with an Annul, Traveling Philosopher, Wild Celebrants, a Crowan Hoplite, Ordeal of Thassa, followed by a Triton Fortune Hunter, and then we're going to see a Celestial Akron coming in as our rare, with a Satyr Piper coming in as a foil uncommon. Very cool. And then we are going to see ourselves a Mountain, and then, of course, a non-token token. Advertising Magic 2014, the expansion. Very cool to see that. All right, so we are going to kick this one off with the Grey Merchant, followed by Pescient Chimera, Fleet Feather Sandals with an Ill-Tempered Cyclops, Deathbellow Raider, Opaline Unicorn, Voyager Satyr, Spearpoint Orid, Unknown Shores, with an Aquatious Form, Horizon Chimera, an Arena Athlete, And then we're going to see a Warrior's Lesson with Ashiok Nightmare Weaver coming in. Very cool to see this. Value just over $2. Mythic hit. Very cool. Then we're going to see ourselves an island. And you guessed it, not much in the back. Don't know why the tokens are so hard to come by. This seems a little silly. All right, we got a Leaf Crown Dryad, another God's Willing, a Nessian Courser, March of the Returned, Opaline Unicorn, Ray of Dissolution, Two-Headed Cerberus, Vulpine Goliath, another Annul, with a Titan Strength, Ordeal of Perforos, Ordeal of Nyla, and then a Prowler's Helm, with a Psychic Intrusion coming in as our rare. And then we're going to see ourselves a Mountain and another non-token token. Duplication seems pretty high, but we'll see what it is at the end of the box. There are only 101 commons, and of course you're getting, what are you getting, 10 in every single pack? So, you know, we're opening up 36 packs, so 360 commons spread across 101. We're definitely going to see large duplication numbers. So we got another God's Willing, Fellhide Minotaur, the Shredding Winds, Farik Cure, Defend the Hearth, Leonin Snarecaster, Priest of Ironis, Read the Bones, Thassa's Bounty, Phalanx Leader, Peak Eruption, followed by a Shipwreck Singer, and then we're going to see a Curse of the Swine coming in as our rare, with a Blood Troll Harpy coming in as a foil common. Very cool. Then we're going to see ourselves a Swamp and another Soldier token. All right, so we're already up to 6 foils. Pretty good, I think. All right, so we got a Nessian Courser with a Lash of the Whip, Disciple of Phoenix, Ray of Dissolution, Read the Bones, Last Breath, Unknown Shores, Crackling Triton, Portent of Betrayal, Commune with the Gods. Then we're going to see the Horizon Scholar with an Anvil Wrought Raptor, and then another Prowler's Helm, and a Spear of Heliod coming in as our rare. Valued pretty close to $1. Then we got ourselves a Forest with a Satyr token. All right, so now we're picking up on the tokens. Now I just want us to pick up on the big value cards. So come on, Perforos, come on, Thoughtseize, come on, Thassa. We got an Ampharos Warden, Sip of Hemlock, Stymied Hopes, Ill-Tempered Cyclops, with a Borderland Minotaur. Then we're going to see a Boon of Erberos, a Yoked Ox, a Voyager Satyr, Wild Celebrants, Benthic Giant, Rescue from the Underworld, with a Gainsay. Then we're going to see Thassa's Emissary, with Temple of Abandon coming in from the land cycle. Unfortunately, this land not valued over $1. Then we are going to see an island and a soldier token. So we finally got a white token, but it wasn't the cleric or the bird. All right, so we got a Fish Mad Steed, a Nimbus Naiad, Nyla's Disciple, Opaline Unicorn, Staunch-Hearted Warrior, Satyr Hedonist, Satyr Rambler, Leonin Snarecaster, Feral Invocation, Fate Foretold, Glare of Hearsay, the Destructive Revelry. Then we're going to see a Sentry of the Underworld with Fleece Mane Lion coming in as our rare. And then we're going to see ourselves a Mountain with a Boar token. So what I do find interesting is that there are 12 rares valued over $1 out of 53, basically meaning that 23% of the rares are valued over $1. But of course, 3 of the 11 tokens are valued over $1, making that 27%. So we got a Lodestone, Catapulus, whatever, Nyla's Presence, Fleet Feather Sandals. Then we're going to see a Demolish, Voyage End, Staunch-Hearted Warrior, with an Asphodel Wanderer, Breaching Hippocamp, Silent Artisan, with another Titan Strength, then a Tormented Hero, Horizon Scholar, Then we're going to see ourselves a favored hoplite with a Biden of Thassa coming in as our rare, value just over $1. Then we are going to see ourselves planes and another soldier token. So we are past the halfway point, and we haven't yet pulled one of the 4 cards valued over $10, with the exception of our foil Change the Rocks. So, and that was pretty early on. So maybe we'll get lucky and we'll be able to see another high value foil. So we got a Guardians of Meletis, Pestilent Chimera, a Demolish, a Crowan Crusader, Savage Surge, Laguna Band Elder, Lost in a Labyrinth, Erika's Cure, followed by Rage of Perforos, Feral Invocation, Hunt the Hunter. Then we're going to see Destructive Revelry, an Insatiable Harpy, with a Triad of Fates coming in as our rare. And we are going to see ourselves a Forest, and we're back to the non-token tokens. So once again, thank you, Nick. Everybody go in the comments. Just drop a quick thank you, Nick, or thanks, Nick, or something like that, to let him know that you appreciate him essentially spending his good money to send me a box to open for you all to see. So we got a Divine Verdict, a Sip of Hemlock, Bronze Stable, Messenger Speed, Setson Battle Priest with a Traveler's Amulet. And we're going to see a Boulder Fall, followed by an Annul, Traveling Philosopher, a Wild Celebrance with a Kemetra's Acolyte, Perforos Emissary, a Triton Tactics, and then we're going to see ourselves a Swan Song coming in. This is going to be another high value rare, value just over $7. Fantastic. And then we're going to see ourselves an Island and another ad for Magic 2014. Sure would like to buy a pack of those for $3. I think they cost a little bit more these days, as does Theros. All right, so we got the Gray Merchant again with the Disciples of Phoenix, Wave Crash Triton, Satyr Hedonist. We're going to see the Satyr Rambler, the Leonin Snarecaster with the Feral Invocation, Fate Foretold, Thassa's Bounty, Glare of Hearsay, Nemesis of Mortals, Nyla's Emissary. Then we're going to see a Celestial Akron coming in as our rare, followed by a foil, Fade into Antiquity. Very cool to see that. Another common foil for us with a Mountain and another Soldier token. I'm just going to stack up those. All right, here we go. Moving into the final stack. We got the Omen Speaker to kick this one off with a March of the Returned, Lightning Strike, Setson Battle Priest, Traveler's Amulet, Observed Asled, Scourge Mark, Coastline Chimera with a Rage of Perforos, Satyr Hedonist with a Gainsay. Then we've got a Stone Shock Giant with a Shipwreck Singer. And then we're going to see Prognostic Sphinx coming in as our rare, followed by an Island and another non-token token. I'm just going to take another second and stack up some of our common uncommons. I'm going to go ahead and fix our land and our token pile. This way everything is super nice and neat. Just the way I'm sure Nick likes it. All right, rolling along here. Got ourselves a Leaf Crown Dryad with Chosen by Heliod, Said Scorpion, Stetson Griffin, Observed Acid, Agent of Horizons, Crackling Triton, Spark Jolt, Last Breath, Scourge Mark. And we're going to see Kemetra's Acolyte with Evangel of Heliod, Flamecast Wheel, and our rare is going to be a Sylvan Caryatid coming in. This is actually, this is valued just over $3. I thought that was one of our better rares. Then we're going to see ourselves Plains and a Harpy token. All right, this pack does not want to open. There we go. All right, so we got ourselves a Lightning Strike with the Spheres Band Centaurs. Then we're going to see Divine Verdict, Opaline Unicorn, Staunch-Hearted Warrior, with a return Phalanx, Laguna Band Elder, Lost in a Labyrinth, the Cure, Rage of Perforos, Horizon Chimera, Eureka's Mender, with a Dauntless Onslaught, and then we're going to see a Labyrinth Champion coming in as our rare, and then we're going to see a Swamp with a Soldier token. All right, next pack up, we got the Band Centaurs, the Nihilist Presence, the Minotaur Skull Cleaver, the Nimbus Naiad, the Triton Shore Thief, Traveler's Amulet, Time to Feed, with a Baleful Elodian, Traveler's Philosopher, Two-Headed Cerberus, Ordeal of Thassa, Mogi's Marauder, Triton Fortune Hunter, and we're going to see a Temple of Triumph coming in. Again, not a high-value rare land, with a Forest and another non-token token. I'm not sure why the lands in this particular set aren't valued over $1. You would think a 10-year-old land, you know, it's not like Theros was printed to oblivion or anything like that. So, I mean, they come into play tapped. But other than that, so we got a Persistent Chimera, Fleet Feather Sandals, the Triton Shore Thief, Cavern Lampad, with a Thassa's Bounty, Laguna Band Elder, Priest of Ironis, Fade into Antiquity. We're going to see a Return Centaur with a Griptide, Vanquish the Fool, an Ordeal of Perforos with an Urboros Emissary, and a rare is actually going to be a mythic Stormbreath Dragon. Very cool to see that, value just over $1 in that mythic. Then we are going to see an island and another soldier token. So back-to-back soldier tokens. All right, so we got a Nimbus Naiad with a Nihilist Disciple, followed by a Lash of the Whip, Messenger Speed, Stetson Griffin, Vaporkin. We're going to see the Traveling Philosopher with a Yoked Ox, Blood Troll Harpy. We're going to see a Benthic Giant with a Kragma Warcaller, followed by a Coordinated Assault. And then we're going to see the Spellheart Chimera. And behind that, we're going to see a Reverent Hunter coming in as our rare. Then we're going to see ourselves a Mountain, followed by an Elemental token. That's pretty cool. With the horse on the wave. Don't know if I've actually ever seen that token before. All right, so we got the Flesh Mad Steed, Cavalry Pegasus, Nihilist Disciple, Stymied Hopes, followed by a Boulder Fall, Savage Scourge, an Aspodal Wanderer, Voyager Satyr, Titan Strength. Then we can see the Baleful Eidolon, and Artisan Sorrow, Dark Betrayal, Sealock Monster, with a Reaper of the Wilds coming in as our rare, with an island, or excuse me, plains, and another soldier. Don't know why I said island there. Certainly, there's no blue on that card. All right, we have ourselves a Dragon Mantle, a Nessian Asp, Bronze Stable, Vaporkin, Deathbellow Rider, Return Centaur, Hopeful Eidolon. That's how I'm going to say that one from now on. Fate Foretold, Portent of Betrayal, with a Defend the Hearth, Chronicler of Heroes. Then we're going to see an Artisan Sorrow, with a Dark Betrayal. And we're going to see a 100-handed one coming in as our rare, followed by a Swamp and another non-token token. All right, so we're down to 4 packs here. There are 4 cards valued over $10. Let's see if we can't just win the game right here. So we got ourselves a Nihilist Presence, Fleet Feather Sandals, the Demolish. We got the Warden, followed by Ray of Dissolution, Wave Crash Triton, Silent Artisan, Time to Feed, Blood Troll Harpy, Breaching Hippocamp, with a Keepsake Gorgon. We're going to see a Battle-Wise Hoplite, with a Coordinated Assault. And then we're going to see an Abhorrent Overlord coming in as our rare, with a forest and a non-token token. All right, 3 packs to go, and then we'll break down all the details in the analysis. So we got the Gray Merchant again with the Chimera, followed by some Sandals. Then we got a Shredding Winds, Thassa's Bounty, Lost in a Labyrinth, Agent of Horizons, Fade into Antiquity, with a Satyr Rambler. Then we're going to see the Ordeal of Erebos, Kragma Warcaller with an Insatiable Harpy, and we're going to see Hammer of Perforos coming in as our rare, valued just over $1, with a foil favored Hoplite. Now, this particular uncommon I did pull the price for. It is valued at 18 cents in non-foil, but $3.24 in foil. So awesome to see that. And then we do get ourselves a Mountain and another Soldier token. Definitely seeing some value in that, well, I would call it a foil slot, but it's less of a slot and more of a random chance. So we got a Viper's Kiss with a Lightning Strike. Then we're going to see the Centaurs with the Divine Verdict, with the Scholar of Theros, Disciple of Phoenix, a Voyager's End, followed by the Wanderer, Wingsteed Rider, Burnished Heart, a Crowan Hoplite, with a Dauntless Onslaught, and then we're going to see a Rage Blood Shaman coming in as our rare, with a foil Sylvan Catarid coming in. Very cool to see that. So this foil rare in non-foil is valued at $3, and in foil is valued just over $9. Very cool to see that. So we got 2 foil rares in this box. Very cool. With a Plains and another non-token token. All right, final pack of Theros. All right, we got the Omen Speaker, Gray Merchant, Boon, Vaporkin, Hopeful Aedioloan, Fate Foretold, Portent of Betrayal, with an Observant Alseid, Defend the Hearth, Agent of Horizons. We're going to see a Battlewise Hoplite with a Satyr Piper. And then we're going to see a Decorated Griffin with a Temple of Deceit coming in as our final rare from the land cycle. Then we're going to see ourselves a Swamp and another Soldier token. All right. So how well did we do? Well, let's find out when we go through the MTG box analysis. We'll begin the analysis by taking a holistic look at the cards pulled from the Theros booster box. Then we'll review the non-foil and foil coverage, along with coverage by rarity and duplication. Then we'll establish a baseline for value with a look at the current value of the set before moving into a breakdown of the actual observed value by non-foil and foil. Finally, we'll conclude with a summary. If you want to go deeper into the analysis and see all of the metrics for this box and more than 140 others, simply join the channel at the Give Me the Data level. Using this chart, we can see the foils we observed in orange, the non-foils we observed in green, and the set in gray as the baseline. In the non-foil space, we saw a variance of 12 cards between the primary colors of Magic, with black having the least at 81 and white having the most at 93. In the foil space, we saw a total of 9 cards with representation across all the colors of Magic. Moving into coverage, in the non-foil space, we saw 216 unique cards out of a possible 249, giving us 87% coverage of the set. Our highest coverage among the primary colors of Magic was in blue with 92% coverage. As I mentioned a moment ago, we saw 9 total foils in today's box, which was good enough for 4% coverage. The official odds of pulling a foil inside of a Theros booster pack is 1 in every 67 cards, which comes out to be 1 in every 4.5 packs. In today's box, we saw 1 foil in every 4 packs, beating the odds. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in today's box, we saw every single common and uncommon in non-foil. We also saw 31 unique rares for 58% coverage and 4 non-foil mythics for 27% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 5% of the commons and 3% of the uncommons, along with 2 foil rares good enough for 4% coverage. In total, we saw 34 rares and 4 mythics within these 36 booster packs. From a duplication standpoint, we ended up seeing 163 of the non-foils repeated 315 times for a box duplication rate of 58%. Before getting into the value of today's booster box, let's first examine the potential value of the cards that we could have obtained. This chart shows all 249 cards in the Theros set utilizing non-foil market prices as of August 6, 2023. Currently, the set features 4 cards valued over $10. They are Thassa, God of the Sea, valued at $10.52, Thoughtseize, valued at $13.45, Perforos, God of the Forge, valued at $17.15, and Nikithos, Shrine to Nyx, valued at $27.23. The set also features 4 cards valued between $5 and $10, as well as 16 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 225 cards are currently valued less than $1. Now, if you were to calculate the combined value of all 249 cards utilizing non-foil market prices, the grand total would come up to be $155.36. Being an older set, the chase is going to be the foils inside of these boxes. Now, if we swap out the non-foil prices to their foil version, we can see that there are actually a total of 18 cards valued over $10 when we combine the foil and non-foils, and there are 79 cards valued over $1. If you had all 249 cards in foil, you'd be looking at a market value of $529.19. So what did Nick end up seeing in today's box? Well, let's dive in, starting off with a look in the non-foil space. Unfortunately for Nick, we didn't see any of the 4 non-foils valued over $10, but we did see 50% of the non-foils valued between $5 and $10. They were the Swan Song, valued at $7.05, and Erebos, God of the Dead, valued at $8.82. We also saw 7 non-foil cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 522 non-foils in the box are currently valued less than $1. In the foil space, Nick did a little bit better, seeing 2 big hits with the Sylvan Caryatid valued at $9.23 in foil, and the Chain to the Rocks valued 4.3 times more than its non-foil version at $11.37. We also saw 1 foil valued between $1 and $5, and 6 foils valued less than $1. So how did this box perform? Well, Nick purchased this box through an eBay auction for about $130. The current market price for these boxes as of August 6th is $174.22, so Nick saved himself about $44 by going to auction. The Theros Draft Booster Box did contain 36 packs with 15 cards each, allowing us to see 540 cards plus tokens. The 16 tokens have a current market value of $3.04 combined. The 36 basic lands are valued at $2.69. The 352 commons are currently valued at $21.87. The 114 uncommons that we saw are valued at $13.74. The 34 rares have a current market value of $44.74, and the 4 mythics that Nick pulled are valued at $14.10. Add it all up, and the grand total for this box only comes up to be $100.18 in card market value, which is a loss of $29.82 over the price that Nick paid, which means that he only saw a return of 77% of his purchase price in card value. Now, it could have been much worse. If Nick had purchased this box for $174.22 at the market price, he would have seen a loss of $74.04 and only a return of 58% of his purchase price in card value. Now, for those of you interested in cards valued just over $2, the numbers look like this. In total, we saw 8 cards valued over $2 in this box, and they have a current combined value of $49.29, which means that those 8 cards represent 49% of the $100 total box value. A big shout out to Nick for allowing us to see what was inside of his 10-year-old booster box of Theros. All of the cards are headed your way, sir. And if you want me to open up a box for you and analyze the results, just reach out to me at mtgboxanalysis@gmail.com and we'll talk. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.